Good day, everyone. My name is Ashok Damani. Thank you, Javeri Securities, Dr. Kothari, for giving me the opportunity to speak today. The topic I'm presenting on today is sports investing in New Bharat. Khelo India Khelo. But before I start, let's play Khelo Baroda Khelo. Now, I read a stat recently. Every 1 in 20 demat accounts own one of these two shares, meaning every 5% of demat accounts own one of these two shares. Can anyone guess which two shares, please? Demat. Correct. Yes Bank is one correct answer. And anyone else? Correct. It's idea. So I'm speaking to a very, very intelligent audience today. Now let me test your knowledge again. SEBI has come out with a study recently that said 90% of F&O traders for FY24 have lost money. Does anyone know the quantum of money they've lost? ₹80,000 crores. Correct. Now, if everyone had stopped F&O trading, we could have bought Biocon, CDSL or Saregama. What could we have bought? All the above. And you would have money left over to buy an IPL team. To give you some perspective, in 1993, Infosys IPO'd with a market cap of just 30 crore rupees. And today, F&O traders lose around 300 crore rupees per day. So we've come a long way. Khelo India Khelo. Can anyone tell me what and where this photo was taken, please? Any guesses? Not bad. Anyone else? Ladies and gentlemen, this photo was taken at the 1980 Olympics held in Moscow, Russia. It was boycotted by 66 countries. And in this photo, you can see Bharat playing basketball. Unfortunately, India had a very poor showing and we came in dead last in 12th place. But the 1980 Olympics were also significant for India for a few reasons. We won the hockey gold medal, defeating Spain 4-3. But unfortunately, we lost in basketball. It was the first and last time we were asked to compete in the sport of basketball. In fact, an American columnist quite condescendingly wrote, "Congratulations to India and to the athletes for whatever sport they thought they were playing. It certainly wasn't basketball." But from 1980s, being the butt of all jokes, one could say India's global sports journey started here. Who doesn't remember this iconic photo of Kapil Dev hoisting the World Cup at Lord's after defeating the mighty West Indies? Fast forward to 2028. Thanks to India's rising prominence on the global stage, T20 cricket is now part of the Los Angeles Olympic Games. To give you guys some idea of cricket's crazy popularity and reach, everyone's favorite cricketer, Virat Kohli, or maybe in Baroda, it's Hardik Pandya. Virat Kohli has 270 million global followers. That is more than Tiger Woods of golf, LeBron James of basketball, David Beckham of English football, and Tom Brady of American football combined. So India's come a long way from being the butt of all jokes of 1980. And it is proven how cricket has become a part of the 2028 Summer World Cup. And hopefully we should win a gold medal easily. Now, I want to talk about the marriage of media with the shadi of sports. But I'm getting ahead of myself. जैसे आप लोग जानते हैं कि दोनों खेल और राजनीति में हार जीत होती है, पर गुजरात में और बड़ौदा में बीजेपी की हार तो कभी होती ही नहीं है. So, can anyone again tell me where this photo was taken place? Any guesses? Sorry? No. Okay, I'll help you. This was the 1960 Olympics held in Rome. It was significant, yet sad for India, but very significant globally. Now, why was it sad for India? India's unbeaten run of 6 consecutive gold medals in men's field hockey came to an end. We unfortunately lost to our neighbors Pakistan 0-1. Thankfully, we avenged our loss in the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. But as I mentioned before, the 1960 Olympics had global significance. They were the first Olympics ever to be covered by television. CBS, an American network, paid a very small sum, even in 1960, of $10 million to secure the broadcast rights. Inflation adjusted, that is worth $106 million today, which, as you will see, ladies and gentlemen, is a very small sum. Tape footage of the games was sent to America every evening from Italy, so it could be seen by a primetime audience sitting in America. This was a watershed moment as people understood both the importance and value of live sporting events. Can anyone tell me what the recently concluded Paris Olympic Games went for? NBC bought it. Can anyone give me an idea? Any guesses? Anyone else? Not bad. Correct. 13,000 crores. So, from $10 million, we've gone to $1.8 billion. So, the trend is live sporting rights always go up over time. Even in India, our very own Viacom, 18 and Jio paid somewhere close to 250-300 crores to get the broadcasting rights. Now, does anyone know who he is? Sorry? Close. Ted Turner. So, he would be considered the godfather or the pioneer of broadcasting live television. Now, he may have been a pioneer, he may have been a playboy, being married and divorced 3 times. But he was also a pioneer. In 1971, he started a national broadcast network back home in Atlanta. He was very scornfully asked, who will watch local programming? So, being the maverick he is, he bought a local sports team, which is a basketball team, for $10 million. And he bought a local baseball team for $8 million in 1977, I'm sorry. And soon he had content that the whole world wanted to watch, the whole America wanted to watch. And then he, being such a maverick, started what is now known as Cable and News Network, but 24-hour Cable and News Network, as we all know today as CNN. And in 1986, he had the audacity to pay $1.5 billion for the MGM movie library. He intuitively understood that people do not want to watch the news at 7 p.m., which is considered very strange. He said they wanted to watch the news whenever and wherever it took place. So I think us as consumers, even the broadcast industry in general, owe Mr. Ted Turner a huge debt of gratitude for what is considered commonplace today. He was pioneering for almost 40 years back. Can anyone tell me who the pioneer of Indian cricket broadcasting rights are? Okay, not bad. Any other guesses? It is actually, ladies and gentlemen, the late Mark Mascarenhas. He was the man to break the BCCI Doordarshan stranglehold. In 1993, like Ted Turner, he had the basic insight that people cannot afford to miss live sporting events, and he was willing to pay a premium for it. So, in 93, he paid $10 million, or at that time 30 crores, for the rights to the Cricket World Cup held in India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. To give you some context, in 92, the Cricket World Cup held in Australia went for $1 million. And the latest Cricket World Cup, which we unfortunately lost here in Ahmedabad, the World Cup, which was bought by Star Rights, went for $600 million. Can anyone tell me what a 60x CAGR in 27 years is? Can anyone guess? Sorry? No, 60x in 30 years. It is equal to an 18% CAGR, which is not too bad. Mark Mascarenhas walked so Lalit Modi could run. Now, what is the national sport of India? Correct. But what is India's most loved sport? It is said cricket is India and India is cricket. And for investors, in my opinion, regarding cricket, there's probably no better opportunity to invest than the IPL. The IPL is the only cricket franchise to register in the top tier of global sports. As you can tell, America dominates these rankings with 4 leagues: the NFL of football, the NBA of basketball, the NHL of ice hockey, and the MLB of baseball. And thanks to India and its growing power and influence and its cricket crazy culture, the IPL has now found place of value and place of worship in these global leagues. Let me try giving you a comparative analysis of global leagues. I've taken 3 leagues: the NFL, which is American football, IPL, which is called the Indian Premier League, and the English Premier League. If you can see, the most valuable team in America is worth $10 billion, which is the Dallas Cowboys. The English Premier League, everyone may have heard of Manchester United. It is worth $6 billion. And back in my home city, Mumbai, the Mumbai Indians are the most valuable at $1 billion. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. The championship game of the NFL is called the Super Bowl. It reaches a total audience of, say, 115, 120 million people, which is roughly 1/3 of the America population. IPL final or a big match like Mumbai Indians versus CSK reaches a whopping 620 million people, which is also 1/3 of the India population. Now, a 30-second ad spot for the Super Bowl in America goes for $7 million or 60 crore rupees. Back home in India, it goes for 60 lakh rupees for a 30-second spot. So there is a 100x delta between ad rates. But India has a 5x delta in number of viewers. So maybe we should rebrand it to the Indian Potential League. This is a very basic table on the global sports media rights and a graph. And if you notice, with time, rights move upwards and to the right. The IPL so far has had the most successful past 15 years, where it has done an 18.5% CAGR. And I think this drives home the point that live sport, live events is extremely important. You cannot watch it the next day, the next hour, or the next week. It has to be watched on the ground live. Now, which will be interesting for all of you, is how to khelo in New India's cricket market. We have 4 or 5 listed or grey market listed companies. Again, these are not recommendations. These are just ways to play them. Starting with Mumbai Indians, it is valued at, say, 10,000 crores. It is owned by Reliance Industries, its parent, which has a 2 lakh crore plus valuation. The Chennai Super Kings, valued at 9,000 crores. It is available in the private market, or in the grey market. People say between 200 to 215 rupees. The Lucknow Super Giants, it is 20% owned by the RPSG Group. The RPSG Group has a market cap of 3,500 crores. The Royal Challengers Bangalore, which is ex-United Spirits and now Diageo, 1,20,000 crore ka market cap hai. And the Sunrisers Hyderabad, which is owned by Sun TV, which is another media company and available for 33,000 crores. So these are different ways you can play IPL cricket teams. Another way to khelo is through maybe the media companies when they bid for broadcast rights. And surprisingly in India, we only have 3 media companies of repute, which is ZTV, Sun TV, and Mukesh Bhai's supposed behemoth, TV18, Network 18. The total value of these 3 media companies is 62,000 crores. To give you perspective, the IPL rights went for 5 years, 50,000 crores almost. And you're getting India's entire media sector for 60,000 crores. So there could be a mismatch or it could be an important opportunity. Another stunning statistic, each ball bowled in the IPL is worth 50 lakh rupees a ball or 3 crores and over. So when the captains or the owners get angry at the team members for bowling no balls, you understand why. 50 lakhs a ball, 3 crores and over. India is also lucky that we have a homegrown sport which has caught attention and got viewership. It is the Pro Kabaddi League. It's finished 10 seasons. The league in general has managed to make a 2-3 crore profit, and it has enjoyed a total viewership of close to 250 million people. It is the second most watched league in Bharat after the Indian Potential League. The media rights have gone for 900 crores over 5 years. And it's another opportunity. I believe the Kabaddi teams are available in the private market, but it's showing that India has a growing base of sports and not just cricket. Thank you. And these are some book recommendations. One is Ted Turner's biography called Call Me Ted. Moneyball, which was made into the book was made into a movie. It talks about how baseball transformed America. These Guys Have All the Fun is a book on ESPN. Closer to Home by Vanita Kholi Khandekar. There's a book called The Making of Star India, and they talk about IPL and Kabaddi and how they made bets on those properties and franchises. 2 personal books which are favorites of mine is Poor Charlie's Almanac, a lot of sayings and speeches by Charlie Munger, and The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. So, thank you very much.
Fascinating, Ashok. Love the way you started off with something to learn from, get the audience involved. So it's a great thing to do. I'd love to know, you have a unique way of looking at things, right? You look at the size of the opportunity, then try and look at a leading company and what can that company do if it becomes successful, right? So media is something like that. For 15, 16 years, the stocks haven't made money. But now you see that the total industry or the total market size or the TAM is so large. The largest company is a small market cap. So therefore, can it do more? Is this the way you normally approach investing, or is this specific to media as a sector?
I think we normally try to approach investing this way. Do you understand the company in terms of the market cap, the opportunity size, and then you work your way from there.
Okay. I mean, so in the past, has this proven to be successful in other sectors as well? I'm just trying to understand if there is any memory that serves you, that maybe liquor, maybe whatever else, but you approach it with this perspective, and what was a success story like, if you can share?
I think it's all a lot of good luck.
Sorry?
A lot of good luck.
Fortune favors the prepared mind, so it's okay.
Maybe 4 years ago, we were looking at the PSUs in quite detail.
Okay.
And I call it the 666 method. They were at 6 PE, 6% dividend yield, and 6 years of visibility. And as you know, and everyone knows, the market was moving up during that time, and they were stuck in the waters. But I think one line kind of changed it for me is you got paid to wait. So we could take 1, 2, 3 years of pain because the dividend yield was so attractive and the entry price was so attractive. So we had to wait. They were like coiled springs. So we had to just wait for their value to unlock.
Okay. And that's what, I mean, you made it very clear that these are not recommendations, but this is how you think about media as well, that the opportunity is very high and some of the companies can do well over a period of time. Is that the thesis?
Yes, that is the thesis. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have very limited opportunities to play in media.
Okay.
So it could be a winner takes all market also. So
Okay.
That could make it easier for everyone.
Okay. What are the risks, Ashok, to investing like this? मतलब आपने मीडिया की बात करी, whether in media or some of the other sectors, when you are approaching a sector from this perspective that is this big market, the leader can take it. Sure, if it works out well, great. But what are the risks to this? Is there a downside? या ऐसा होगा कि the stocks will not give returns and therefore that's the only risk. What are the risks to such an investing style?
You want to buy something with limited downside. That is the hope.
Okay.
I think FOMO is a big negative, that you'll see the market move, your friends will make money, other people will make money, other ideas will work, and new ideas won't work. So you have to deal with that mental issue, I think.
Okay.
That's more tricky.
So therefore, if you're doing this kind of an investing, let's say people out here apply this same method to other industries. They could. I remember an event about 3-4 months back, wherein Madhu Kela was talking to me about the liquor space, showing that opportunity, that look at China, look at where it's happening, or India mein ye ho sakta hai. You talking about this thing right now. When you do this investing, any particular sector, do you limit it to a percentage of your portfolio? Okay, chalo, I'm making this bet, तो portfolio का 3-4% से ऊपर या 5% के ऊपर या 10% के ऊपर I'll not put.
I don't want to put limits on percentages or caps on market, caps on, oh, where can this go, where will this reach? I think we shouldn't limit ourselves.
No, but when you start the investment, do you limit it to yourself? Do you limit it to 5-10% or there is no such rule?
There is no such rule.
There is no such
There
rule
is
for
no
you.
such rule.
And it's worked out well for you hitherto.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. Okay, great. You've spoken about media. My last question, maybe the audience has 1 or 2 questions. I'll open it up. But when you think about media in this fashion, are there other themes as well wherein this rule might be applicable currently? You spoke about PSUs 4 years back. They've done wonderfully well. I don't think that rule applies right now to PSUs. So I'm trying
Definitely not.
Definitely not. So I'm trying to understand, where else aside of media do you feel that something like this can be thought of or you are thinking of? Is there something else that is available right now in terms of ignored sector, TAM being very high?
I personally don't understand it very well, but a lot of intelligent people speak on pharma. I believe it's not done very well in the past, maybe 18 months, 2 years, but it seems like India can be a leader. India has capabilities.
Got it.
But I'm personally not a
fan. Okay, fine. My last thing, where is your conviction on this sporting thing coming from? Because sports broadcasting काफी time से है. You presented statistics of some monies being paid way back, and hitherto I don't think sports broadcasting में wealth has been created by investing in equities. So where is your conviction coming from? Do you believe that at some point of time things will change? So correct me if I'm wrong. Huh? I don't know really.
Hopeful that things will change for the media companies. But as late as 2020 or early as 2020, you got, again, these are not recommendations, but like Chennai Super Kings, you got it for maybe 700, 800 crores. It was available, the valuation, it was available. So, and I think if you see globally and read globally, sports franchise, in my opinion, are like Picasso paintings or M.F. Hussain paintings. That broadly with time, they always trend upwards. And there's a thing called scarcity value, which there are only 10 IPL teams.
Right.
And I think India has 200 billionaires, maybe Baroda has 10, 20 billionaires. So
I'm sure
of it. So the only 10 of them you can own. And it is a bit of an ego thing, a bit of a prestige thing, a bit of a media front thing. So there's a big kick you get out of owning, a sports team, and reading about the West, studying in the West, looking at the West, and how sports franchises have evolved with time. I think the similar thing should happen with India.
Okay.
And is happening, to be fair.
Okay.
I think the media rights were a great example of that.
Okay, great. So you do believe, you say IPL teams में you bought it at a good valuation, the valuation would have expanded meaningfully. But you think, क्योंकि 10 IPL team ही है, scarcity premium है, at some point of time, because cricket still continues to be the religion, for
Yes.
India, that over the next 10 years, these valuations could be many times over.
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Okay. Last question. Is liquidity an issue in these investments or no? Your quantum may be large, but for an average investor, he may be buying maybe through Javeri securities if they allow such buying, etc., and stuff like that. But is liquidity an issue in these things?
Yes, liquidity is an issue, especially in the private market. Some extra time takes to buy and sell transactions. But again, if you're right and if you try to have a 10, 15-year vision, you can buy it for your children. That my dream is when I bought, say, CSK, was my children should go to a match with their girlfriend or boyfriends and say, oh, how do you get tickets? And then they can say, my papa owns something in the team, that's why. So that is my dream.
Yeah, that's certainly bragging rights for sure.
Yes.
Party mein jao aur logo bole, अच्छा, मैं तो CSK का owner हूँ.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a big thing for sure. Lovely, lovely. Very, very great insights, Ashok. Thanks so much for this. Audience, any questions? Let's restrict it to sporting things, right? You please don't ask about markets, etc. and stuff like that. But yes, the gentleman here and then the gentleman in the back, please.
I would like to one question.
Yes, please.
Mr. Ramesh Damani. There was a recent interview of Mr. Ramesh Damani with one singer of CNFC It was related to the coming IPO of Hyundai Motors, where Mr. Ramesh Damani told to Anu Singhal that he is little bit worried about the South Korean companies. Can you throw some light on this?
I don't know what will happen, sir, for the IPO here, but I know in the South Korean market, Hyundai is trading at a 3P or 4P. And I guess in New Bharat, it will trade at 40, 50P. So maybe that's why they want to list here. They're getting fancy multiple and much multiple than their home valuation. But no other view on the IPO.
All right. Okay, let's try and restrict it to the sporting thing, please. I request. Let's have the question on that. The gentleman in the back seat and then to you.
Good morning. Ramesh bhai, good example, Hello India. So I just got one thought that I had been successful putting this type of analogy in other sector. But one simple question, that can we still apply this analogy for railway, defense or any other area which you think as an investor we should think about it?
I don't know if you have thoughts here, Ashok.
I didn't quite understand it.
He's asking, can you apply this analogy of what you've done in media into railways and defense?
In 2020, yes. I don't know about 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Thank you.
If we have a question on the sporting thing, it'll be great. Yeah. Okay, fine. Please. Let's stick to that, please.
Hi Ashok, Jai here. How do you deal with the key man risk involved, especially with this sports personality and its impact on the valuation?
I believe the franchise should last, or the franchise is bigger than any one player. There is a very logical risk, but back when we were growing up, everyone was scared that when Sachin retires or Sachin leaves, what will happen to the Indian cricket team? But we managed to win World Cups after that and do well after that. So it may be a temporary risk, but I think the franchise itself is more valuable than any one player or any one individual.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you. We have one question there and one question here before we wrap up. I think there was a gentleman in the back seat who had a question. Yes, and then the gentleman in the front seat.
So, Ashok, while analyzing IPL team or any sports team, what level of factors do you consider? Like an example, let's say if a franchise shift the captain from captain A to captain B, is it a considerable factor behind valuing that team?
So not a consideration in the valuation of the team. Valuing a team is, the revenue, how will it come? Are they efficient with the capital, efficient with expenses? That is more of a general manager's view.
Okay.
Which captain to keep, which over to bowl, So I don't look into that, or I don't understand that. But yeah, I don't
So
think it's
team
related.
performance always being impacted by who is the driver of that team at that point of time or that point of trophy. So let's say in the auction, shifting of players and all shouldn't be a factor while looking at the team.
Logically, no.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have one last question to the gentleman who had raised his hand there. Paucity of time. Yes, please.
Sir, what about the physical infrastructure about the sports? Like China have that, or we are applying for the Olympic 32, 36. What are the private players they may get advantage around the sports industry?
Very good point. We have not built physical infrastructure yet of global standards, but my understanding is that the Reliance Foundation, JSW Foundation, they are pushing to build physical public infra for athletes. This is not related to the IPL in general. So I think they're doing a great job. And maybe over the next 10, 15 years, we'll see it grow. And hopefully, Ahmedabad can host the Olympics.
That'll be something.
And China is also very big in the other gaming industry, not physical, but the
E-gaming, gambling.
Gambling and so any other player here they are looking, or any IPO around that?
No, I believe e-gaming is doing well in India, but I think all private players are in this. And I've not looked at it.
Okay. Ashok, thank you. What's your favorite IPL team, by the way, before we wrap up?
CSK.
CSK. Okay, how many people like CSK here? 1, 2, 3. Any Mumbai Indian fans? Okay, most important question. What's the Gujarat Titan fans? Yeah, simple. Okay, you're a CSK fan. Good to know that. Okay, a round of applause for Ashok. Lovely.
Neeraj, I'm itching to ask a question as well, if I may, please.
Sorry?
I'm itching to ask a question as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
if I may,
please.
So you spoke about cricket and you spoke about kabaddi, and I understand that a lot of public sector units are now, putting in a lot of money in bringing up a lot of different sports. What is the another sport that you think is going to become the gold mine for India, the next potential league? I believe now there's a Kho-Kho league apart from the Kabaddi league. Which other sport do you think has the caliber to make it half of what IPL did for India?
Football is the easy answer, but maybe badminton
Okay.
or table tennis.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.